man, I really don't know what to say about that clip, to be honest. I mean, I guess the only thing I can say is that I got outplayed. So let's just go ahead and leave it at that and get right into the main topic of the video, which is Black Ops 3, and is Black Ops 3 a good game? This isn't going to be an entirely positive review of the game, and it's not going to be an entirely negative review. I'm just going to lay out both the positives and the negatives, and I guess I'll just go ahead and start off with the negatives, just to get all the negativity out of the way. And I actually have a list of complaints here, so let's just go ahead and see what's first on the list. And oh, would you look at that? It's Specialists. What a coincidence. Specialists are the newest addition to Call of Duty. Apparently they're copied directly from Destiny. I wouldn't know. I haven't played Destiny, but that's just what I've heard and that's what I've been told. Basically what they are, you just pick a character and each character has a special weapon or ability and you just automatically get that weapon or ability in game as you play. You can get them faster, I think, just by getting more score, but for the most part it's just automatic. So yeah, that's what they are. And as far as how I feel about them and how I feel about them being Call of Duty, honestly, for the most part, I just find them somewhat unnecessary. I really do think they're kind of obnoxious. They really can screw you over when you're on a good streak, as evidenced by that first clip. And honestly, they remind me of death streaks. They both present a player with the opportunity to just really fuck somebody over, and they essentially provide you a free kill. So yeah, they remind me of death streaks in that regard, but the main difference being that Specialists are actually fun to use. Like, as cheap and obnoxious as they can be, I can't deny that whipping out an Annihilator and getting a 3 or 4 piece mid-map is a ton of fun. You know, as cheap and obnoxious as it is, trust me, I know, it really is fun doing it. I can't deny it. So, it's one of those things that you just hate it when somebody does it to you, but you love doing it to other people. So I have a love-hate relationship with Specialists. I can see why people would love it. I can see why people would hate it. I see both sides, but I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. My second complaint would have to be stuns. Stuns in this game are just ridiculous. If you get hit with a stun, you are screwed. Like, the only way you can survive is if a teammate saves you or if the enemy is just absolutely awful. And we can't even try out Tac Mask in this beta, so we have no idea how good of a counter Tac Mask is to stuns. Well, actually, hold on. I think somebody told me that you can use Tac Mask in a default class, so apparently you can use Tac Mask in the beta, but even if Tac Mask counters stuns as well as it did in Black Ops 2, honestly, I would still like to see them nerf stuns quite a bit, because once the game releases, you're going to be forced to run Tac Mask. If you want to avoid getting screwed over by stuns over and over again, you have to run Tac Mask. And I know Treyarch wants to avoid that situation. I know Treyarch wants to avoid situations where you're forced to run a certain perk, as evidenced by the removal of toughness. And so, yeah, if they want to avoid that situation, stuns are going to have to be nerfed. It's as simple as that. And I do have faith that they'll do it, so I'm not really too worried about that. But moving on to my third complaint, which is actually something similar, and that is grenades. Grenades in this game are not quite COD 4 status, but honestly they're not too far off. They're really good. And so to avoid another situation where you have to run a specific perk, this one being Flak Jacket, I do think they need to nerf the grenades a tiny bit, not too much. I don't think they're too terrible in all honesty. Like I said, I don't think they're COD 4 status, but I would like to see a little grenade nerf from Treyarch. And so yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. My, what complaint am I on? Number 4? I think I'm on number 4. My fourth complaint is view kick. View kick actually ties into my last two complaints about the whole not having to run a certain perk thing. I'm really glad Treyarch decided to, I can't even talk, decided to remove toughness. It definitely opens up a lot of perk options, but in this game, view kick's pretty noticeable. And I'm constantly getting screwed over by people that I start shooting at first, and even though I'm staying on target and I'm not missing any shots, they just start shooting at me and my gun flinches everywhere and my bullets go everywhere and I lose the gunfight because of it. And I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a load of shit. I really do. I think the person that starts shooting first and stays on target, I think they should win the gunfight. So I definitely want to see view kick toned down. Like I said, I do think it was the right move on their part to take out toughness, but view kick definitely needs a little bit of an adjustment. Once that gets done, I think we should be good. But moving on to my last complaint, which actually kind of ties into view kick. All these complaints are kind of tying into each other, I noticed. I don't know why, but yeah, my last complaint happens to be lag compensation, and lag comp has been in every Call of Duty, but it's definitely more noticeable in some than others. If you guys remember Black Ops 2, when that game first released, that game was hell. It really was. The first few weeks, it was a nightmare to play. I uploaded a video talking about lag compensation in that game just to make sure that I wasn't crazy, that I wasn't the only one experiencing issues, but everybody was running into issues with shoot first, die first moments. I'm typically like a 4 to 5 KD player, but the first few weeks Black Ops 2 was out, I was brought down to like a 1.8 to 2 KD. Like it was that bad. It was that much of a struggle winning gunfights. Like there's just constantly like shoot first, die first moments in that game. But I don't know what Treyarch did. I don't know how lag comp works. I don't know how it's fixed. But Treyarch released a patch, and after they released that patch, I was able to win gunfights consistently again. The lag comp was obviously gone for the most part. So I'm not too worried about lag compensation in all honesty, since I know it can be fixed. But it's definitely in this game, and I just want to bring it to light. I just want to make sure, just play it safe. I want to make sure they know lag compensation is there. This instance right here is just just one small gunfight. I mean, if I really wanted to, I can make like a lag compensation montage. Like it just happens pretty often. It's not nearly as bad as Black Ops 2 lag comp, but it's definitely noticeable. So they do need to fix this. Like I said, though, I'm not too worried about it, though, since they have fixed it before, and I do think they'll be able to fix it again. And so, yeah, that's all I have to really complain about. So now that I'm done talking about all the negatives, I'll just move on to the positives, and I think I'm just going to zoom right by them since I just spent way too much time talking about all the bad. Honestly, I love Black Ops 3. I think it's the game that Advanced Warfare should have been. They really nailed down the movement. Advanced Warfare's movement just caused way too much chaos, and it also influenced the gunfights way too much, whereas with Black Ops 3 movement, it doesn't really cause too much chaos at all, and you can try jumping over an enemy mid-gunfight, but it doesn't really help. I mean, it's just way too slow. It just leaves you vulnerable, and there's no side boosting or dashing, so, I mean, you can't really use the movement to your advantage mid-gunfight. So, yeah, Treyarch really did a good job with that. And also, I love the guns. I love how they feel. I love how they sound. There is a bit of a balancing issue, but honestly, I'm a tryhard. I usually only use one or two guns anyways, so I'm not the best person to talk about gun balancing. I also really love the underwater gameplay. It's pretty smooth, fluid, and the hit detection is actually pretty good underwater, which is pretty surprising to me. I was expecting terrible hit detection, but I can actually kill people underwater faster than I can above ground, which makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. I'm probably just imagining things, but I love the underwater gameplay so much. I really wouldn't mind Treyarch giving us a DLC map where it's just nothing but underwater gameplay, where the entire map's underwater, everybody's in scuba suits or something, I don't know. And yeah, I really wouldn't mind that, but honestly I'm probably like the only one that wants that. I'm sure nobody else loves underwater gameplay as much as me. But anyways, aside from that, I also really enjoyed the maps. I think the maps flow pretty well. I'm not a big fan of evac, I think that's what it's called, but even then that map isn't too terrible. So if all the other maps are like the maps we're able to play in the beta, I think we should have a pretty good time with the maps overall. But yeah, overall, I just really love this game, and I can't wait for the official release. We got to keep in mind that this is just a beta. There are going to be issues, and that's the whole point. I mean, we got to see the issues, we got to point them out, and Treyarch's going to listen, and Treyarch's going to fix them. And since it is Treyarch, I do trust them to do just that, so I'm not worried about the official release at all. I do think everything's going to get cleaned up, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be playing the crap out of it, and honestly, I'm playing the crap out of the beta. So once I get done with this commentary, I'm just going to go right back to playing Black Ops 3. And I have seen people on Twitter say that this game sucks and that they hate it, but honestly, I mean, at least on my timeline, it's mainly just the people that go for those really high scoring gameplays and those high streaks. And really, when you set the standard for yourself that high in Call of Duty, you're just asking for disappointment and frustration, because Call of Duty is just way too random to consistently get high scoring gameplays and high streaks in, at least without a reverse boosted account. So that's why I gave up on my standards a long time ago. That's why you never really see me trying to stay alive or play for streaks. I just kind of run around and hope for the best, and if I die off a streak, oh well. I don't really care too much unless I run into like Dead Man's Hand, like one off of Moab, in which case I'll probably get really salty. But in most situations, I really don't care about my streaks. And that's probably why I was able to enjoy Advanced Warfare for so long without a reverse boosted account, and that's probably why I can play Call of Duty so consistently. Honestly, I think I just have a high tolerance for pain. Who knows? But yeah, overall, Black Ops 3 is looking great. That's all I have to say. Hopefully you guys feel the same way. If not, I mean, you can let me know in the comment section how you feel about this game. I really don't mind. All opinions on this game are definitely welcome. But I'm going to go back to playing Black Ops 3. I'll probably live stream, so I'll see you guys around either on Twitch or YouTube. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.